Hey, y'all, hey, one of the besties came to me and said, says Wendy and Edward Osefo from the Real Housewives of Potomac, read on them. Y'all, I don't watch the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm about to say Potomac. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's see what Spirit wants me to share. Moving in Love and Light, Edward and Wendy Osefo. All right, as you know, this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot, sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so Spirit is acknowledging right off the back when it comes to Wendy and Edward and them being arrested. Subby said, for insurance fraud. Spirit says, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So they're trying to turn something sour sweet. Okay, they're trying to be optimistic and find an opportunity to be creative and to also be a genius. And Spirit says before and after. Spirit is acknowledging that they are not rooted, they're not grounded, they're not maintaining authenticity, and they're not being genuine. That God doesn't like ugly. And that this is creating nastiness, clash, strife, resentment, argument, spite, grudge, and revenge. And so there's something here, there's something that they're doing that is opposite. Spirit, universe, God's like, no. The answer is no. Okay? And Spirit says, because the answer is no, they are running around like a chicken with their head cut off. And let me tell you something else, because Spirit is acknowledging that they are calling their brouhaha. They are calling their conjure. They are calling whoever will answer the phone in the yellow pages. They are trying to manifest that this does not impact upon their current life. The thing about that is you might not get it this lifetime, but next lifetime, because you have to pay in full. Karmic debt paid in full. Spirit is acknowledging. So you could do whatever you need to do, but just know Spirit is always watching. Spirit knows. Okay? And so Spirit, because it's saying they're trying to redo it. They call whoever you want to call. Spirit said you can call Ghostbusters. It's not going to work. And if you try to slip out the back door, they see you. And it will catch up to you. That's just what Spirit says. Because there's pride, ego, people-pleasing energy, needing to get rooted and grounded to maintain authenticity. Okay? When I see the chicken and then it says redo, refocus, it makes me feel like someone is conjuring up, requesting for a conjurer to step forward and assist them energetically, allegedly, right? Very busy, overwhelmed, frenzy, deadline, stress, refocus, redo for best results. Why? Because you're sweating like a sinner in church, filled with guilt, remorse, nerves, worry, coming clean. Apology and integrity is needed. Multifaceted, juggling, jumbling, multiple moving pieces, okay? Hiding behind your choices. Good choices equal good karma, bad choices equal bad karma. Your choices are a direct reflection of what you believe you deserve. Okay, so what is Spirit saying? Spirit says, you ain't alone. You are surrounded by quiet power. And they're going to see your light once you stop dimming it. Requesting that you show up fully and take up space. And stop playing small to fit in with the crowd. And some lessons come wrapped in silence, which means you have to get quiet to listen to Spirit. Okay? Walk like your ancestors prayed for you and it, because they did. And you don't have to harden your softness to survive in this world. You don't have to be cold. And know that what's meant for you doesn't need convincing. You don't have to pry, pull, cheat, steal, lie. You don't have to cover up. Spirit is acknowledging. You don't have to beg. You don't have to conjure. What is yours is yours. Get into alignment with what is yours. Because what is not yours does not belong to you, and it will be taken away. It's simple. Spirit said this is simple math. Wendy and Edward. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit says speak up. Expressing needs, defending yourself. Courage to confront. Your voice matters. And this has to do with your luxury life. Spirit says, speak up about that luxury life, comfortable wealth, indulgence, enjoying rewards because I deserve it. Spirit says there's real and there's fake here. Afraid to settle down, avoiding intimacy, a fear of loss of freedom. Spirit says it's complicated. Spirit is also acknowledging that they're energy vampires, draining connections, toxic influence. Protect your energy, time to cut the cords. Interesting. How does Wendy currently feel? Just Wendy. About everything. Divine intervention, unexpected guidance. The universe is stepping in to redirect this path. Wendy, saved just in time. Spirit says she has a poker face right now, hiding true feelings, impossible to read, emotionally detached. You'll never know. And this has to do with the bank account and deposits, money moves, smart decisions, strategic investments, building wealth, and making my money. It's poker face around you making your money. And it's interesting how the universe is intervening, regardless of whether you like it or not, to redirect your path. And Spirit says this money gave her an status upgrade, new achievements, improved social standing, lifestyle, elevation, next level. Okay. And then how does Edward feel about this current situation that he's caught himself in? I mean, energetically, it doesn't feel like she's remorseful. Energetically, gaslighted, Edward, reality distortion, emotional manipulation, questioning sanity, you're imagining things. 11:11. Spirit says somebody sliding in his DMs. Unexpected flirtation, direct messages, testing the water, sliding into your DMs because of the status upgrade, new achievements, improved social standing, lifestyle elevation, next level. Interesting, because that came out for her as well. And that he's in the hustle mode now. Grinding hard, ambitious drive, determined effort. Sleep can wait. And why? Because somebody wants to glow up. Look at this woman standing in the door. Self-improvement, finding your confidence, personal transformation, better than ever. But this is triggering him as well. Emotional reactions, unresolved wounds, facing past hurts. Why does this bother me? Where she feels remorseful, not remorseful. It feels like he does energetically, and it feels like he was doing this energetically for her. Okay. What's the tea? Wendy and Edward Osefo. Spirit says you need to check yourself. And you need to get in alignment with the universe. Center yourself. Because there's a lot of arguments happening, putting people in their places. Spirit says that they're trying to brainstorm, problem solve, and figure this shit out. How does Wendy feel about Edward right now? Sick. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. She also feels like he's spoiled, caters himself, does whatever he wants, needs to get rooted and grounded to maintain authenticity and to be genuine. And that there's manipulation, lies, controlling, pulling the strings. How does Edward feel about Wendy right now? Fake friend. There's a pregnancy test. So this could be a manifestation, an idea, or an actual child. But there's something that she's trying to give birth to. And he said there's a private relationship that he knows about. And that relationship brought an energy of betrayal, deceit, backstab, traitor, not to be trusted, caution. Well, you ask for a sip, you get a cup. You know what I'm saying? A little sip of tea. Spirit gave you a cup. And this card just fell in my lap. In their head right now, they are overthinking, stressed, and overanalyzing. Edward and Wendy. Yeah, somebody's going to be ghosting the other, disappearing, ghosting in and out. While the queen steps into her power, being praised and coming into the spotlight, kissing ass. The spirit says, also blocked. Wendy and Edward. On and off. It keeps saying somebody cheating. Somebody cheating. Oh, okay. Addicted to each other. And it's the second time it says shady friends. Look like your friends is the one who got you. Not my business. I don't want to tussle. I don't want to fight. Wendy and Edward. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Somebody got a new boo. Energetically. Thank you, Spirit. Allegedly. They got some hidden messages. Second time we seen somebody sliding in them DMs. And when they find out about this distant love, they are going to be declined. She said, I know you fucking lying. I don't care. I know that shit is for the birds. Ooh, that one's gonna hurt. Thank you, Spirit. Broken home, lack of security, dysfunctional family, 10 of cups, lots of emotion. Someone is trying to have some new ideas, one and or both, and be creative and look really happy. Be happy with the Page of Wands. To step into their natural role as a leader and to be charismatic and take control and be bold at this time with the King of Wands. Unfortunately, though, with the Eight of Pentacles, this is going to impede upon their energy of success, their finances. They don't have up healthy boundaries, and it feels like they're building on sinking sand. Could be dealing with an unhealed earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This leads to a bad reputation, a lack of focus, and a boring job. Okay, what is their biggest obstacle when it comes to their marriage? Remember, I read biggest obstacle in reverse. Bad business is an obstacle. Doing things in an unconventional way is an obstacle. Reversed roles is an obstacle. Hierophant in reverse. The Empress in reverse. This female energy, feminine energy is closed off. Not nurturing, not caring, the obstacles, not giving, obstacle. Negligent, dependency, bad parenting, obstacle. And then the Death card is in reverse. Negative patterns, fear of change, holding on to the past. In regards to this insurance fraud claim, energetically, allegedly, what's the energy? Spirit says, find the deeper meaning in this situation. Edward and, thank you, Spirit, Wendy. Be patient. Approach the situation carefully with harmony and balance. Spirit says, but you know you was working too hard. You know you're dependent and now you have no style. With the Nine of Pentacles, this creates imbalances and or delays to your finances and your success. Right? Spirit said, give it up. Because you're paranoid and you were stubborn, when it comes to this insurance fraud, allegedly, with the Nine of Wands. It's going to result in a broken home, a lack of security, a dysfunctional family with the 10 of Cups. So what's next for these two? The husband, the father figure, the tolerant, good husband, the loyal, calm, and caring husband, King of Cups. Subconsciously, who has success, fame, confident, and in the spotlight, recognized with the Six of Wands, is not ready to close the chapter on this situation. There's a lack of closure, unsuccessful stagnation with the World card. That he is going to be seen as materialistic, possessive, saving, hoarding, and holding on to things tightly. With the Three of Swords, this creates trauma, heartbreak, loneliness, grief, and crying. What it feels like is he's going to take the biggest burden from this situation. And what I mean by that is energetically, say he does time. There's this energy that he was he spearheaded this energetically, allegedly. And so makes me feel like he'll do more time. Yeah, so Spirit says they are, and this is what I said at the beginning, they're trying to request that a conjurer, a reader, whoever taps in to this energy in regards to their legalities. They're asking for spiritual assistance in regards to their legal troubles. There's a lot of manipulation in asking and requesting the universe to bend to their will, but this is also acknowledging that there's manipulation and lies and cover up and trickery within them too. Within this situation, they too play a part in that. This is layered, and that a doctor needs to step in because someone could be dealing with an illness mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and that's a part of their manipulation too. Okay? That's a part of their false narrative too. Somebody's sick, somebody's energetically, allegedly. Y'all call me back.